Hi, this is Pastor Jim Kim. Today I would like to talk about the willpower, free will. If we have free will or not. The most common misunderstanding that are widespread without doubt is we human beings has the free will. So we can make the right choice or wrong choice. So we are supposed to be responsible for our wrong choice. So we have responsibility to make the right choice. So most of these people have this kind of concept of life of faith. Like if you really believe that there is God, and if you really believe that there is heaven and hell, if you really believe that there is a consequences of what you are doing after death, then you will choose to do the right thing now, and you will choose to live a good life instead of choosing to live a foolish life. So by faith, believing that there is God, believing that there is heaven and hell, believing that there is eternal world, you are supposed to be encouraged to do the right thing rather than falling in temptation right in front of your eyes. You are supposed to make the right choice and live a fruitful life that pleases God and be rewarded. That is the most common religionized understanding of Christianity. It is most corrupt way of understanding of Christianity, because Christianity is supposed to be far different from normal religion that is created out of human mind after they departed from God. So we need to think about what Bible says. One day Jesus told us, "Thou shalt know the truth shall set you free." That means in God's eyes, all the human beings are not free. And these human beings are supposed to be set free when they acknowledge and find out to believe the truth. When Jesus said that, many people around him said, "Oh, we are the children of Abraham, and we were never slave of anybody. Why does he say that we are going to be set free?" Jesus also mentioned, "I know that you are children of Abraham." Like these people who are not aware that they are slave of sin, and they cannot feel the necessity to be set free, and they cannot feel the hunger for the truth, and they don't know why they need Jesus. That's why they had Jesus right in front of their eyes, listening to him physically with their ears, but nothing Jesus says is going to go through, and they are the one that had to crucify Jesus with their own hands because they didn't need him. But Jesus said, anybody who commits sin is the servant of sin. Many people think that, yes, sometimes we choose to sin, sometimes we choose not to sin. Yes, sometimes we reject the temptation of sin, even though sometimes we fall into temptation and end up committing sin. So isn't it me or ourselves that are choosing to sin? That is how we may feel. But practically, according to the Bible, many spiritual men knows that they cannot overcome sin. Even David said, the sin is far stronger than him. So David also knows he couldn't overcome the sin. Why is it so? Yes, if we are really, really free from sin, then we are supposed to choose to sin, and whenever we don't want to commit sin, we are supposed to just make up mind, okay, I'm not going to commit sin, and should be free from sin from that day by making up mind. But practically, human beings may refuse the temptation of sin once or twice. Human beings seems to be sometimes overcoming the deception of Satan once or twice, but we always end up losing in the game. Human beings are falling into the temptation of sin over and over again. For example, somebody who is drinking alcoholic is a slave of alcohol. When he chose to drink, he was able to drink by his choice. And when he decided not to drink, he should be able to stop drinking right away. But after deciding not to drink, this person is struggling to overcome the desire for alcohol. Then, whether this person is drinking or not, still, drinking is dragging him around, influencing him. He is not free from drinking alcohol yet. For example, I'm not smoking. Pastor Kim is not smoking. So the sign, no smoking is allowed, that kind of sign has nothing to do with me. That is a person who is free from smoking. If we have something to do with sin, that means we are not free from sin. So, if it is the fact that we are slave of sin, then we will commit sin when the sin forces us. And we may not commit sin when the sin does not push us hard. But we will eventually end up committing sin when the sin drag us around into the sinful life. We have no other choice but to live that sinful life. According to the Bible, we human beings are slave of sin. That's why what we need is the salvation, not the resolution, not the commitment, not the hard decision we are supposed to make. So, when we really want to be set free from sin, whatever we need is not our resolution, but the Savior, who is stronger than sin, that is supposed to destroy the power of sin and set us free. In the book of 1 Samuel, there is a story about Goliath and David. Goliath came out and was asking for just one person out of Israelites to fight against him. If I win, all of you will my slave. And if you win, all of us will become your slave. That was the kind of battle between Goliath and Israelites. And there was nobody who could overcome Goliath. Even the King Saul, who was taller than everyone else in Israel by 1 cubit, he was trembling in fear. That means everybody had to become a slave of Goliath. Just like that, if sin overcomes us, then we all have no other choice but to become slave of sin. Just like all the Israelites have no other choice but to become slave of Goliath, because nobody could overcome Goliath. But Even if nobody among Israelites could overcome Goliath, David was the one that could overcome Goliath. David went there, and David fought, and David killed Goliath, and David cut the head of Goliath and was coming back with the head of Goliath in his hand. That means David has destroyed the power of Goliath. That means all the Israelites became free from the slavery of Goliath. Just that is how Jesus destroyed the power of sin on the cross completely, that we don't have to be afraid of the power of sin again. And literally, He has set us free from the power of sin completely. It was not because we could overcome sin. We all human beings had to be enslaved by sin. But Jesus, He came in human body. He destroyed the power of sin on the cross. And He has set us free from us. That's why Bible says the truth of the gospel. Gospel is the truth Bible is talking about. When we know the gospel precisely, exactly, then gospel has the power that sets us free from sin, the power of sin and death. Thank you very much. See you next time.